start. It's the ball-hawking Iowa Hawkeyes, the highest scoring machine in the Big Ten, as they take on the mammoth front line of the Florida State Seminoles. Hi, everybody. I'm Phil Stone, along with Lynn Shackelford. Tonight, we have a matchup of two tremendous rebounding teams. When you talk about Florida State, Lynn, they have the tremendous shooting guard in George McLeod, but their success tonight will lie on the ability to get the ball down low.
That's right. They have to crash the boards, and they do that pretty well. Although at the start of the season, they didn't even have a center.
That's right.
But young Tat Hunter has come on, and he has been very good. And to go anywhere in the NCAA tournament or to the Final Four, you have to be able to score inside, and Tat Hunter can do that.
Well, when you talk about the Iowa Hawkeyes, their brand of offense, they are quick, they are up-tempo. Defensively, they'll press you all over the basketball court. Like FSU, they like to play the game above the rim, but their success, on the other hand, lies in the ability, Lynn, to get the ball to their point guard.
That's right, and then he can get it into the guys, the big guys underneath you, but you have to have a talented one, and B.J. Armstrong is that. The people around Iowa think that he is maybe the best guard as a junior in the United States. He can score, and he can dish it off. He's smooth.
Well, both the Hawkeyes and the Seminoles of Florida State play in exceptional conferences. They have both prepared well for their moment in the NCAA Sun. We'll be back with the lineups in a moment. Now, let's take you across the court to Don Sawyer for the starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pauley Pavilion for tonight's NCAA first-round regional game featuring the Florida State Seminoles and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's meet the starters for tonight's game. At forward for the Seminoles, a 6'6" freshman from Black Mountain, North Carolina, number 14, Brad Johnson. At forward for the Hawkeyes, a 6'6" senior from Wichita, Kansas, number 40, Kent Hill. At forward for the Seminoles, a 6'7" junior from Kinston, North Carolina, number 24, Tony Dawson. At forward for the Hawkeyes, a 6'6" junior from Flint, Michigan, number 23, Roy Marble. At center for the Seminoles, a 6'7" junior from Cantonment, Florida, number 34, Tat Hunter. At center for the Hawkeyes, a 6'8" junior from Springfield, Illinois, number 25, Ed Horton. At guard for the Seminoles, a 6'3" sophomore from New Haven, Connecticut, number 22, Theron Mays. At guard for the Hawkeyes, a 6'2" junior from Detroit, Michigan, number 10, B.J. Armstrong. At guard for the Seminoles, a 6'6" junior from Daytona Beach, Florida, number 21, George McLeod. At guard for the Hawkeyes, a 6'3" senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 20, Jeff Moe. And the head coach for the Florida State Seminoles, Pat Kennedy. And the head coach for the Iowa Hawkeyes, Dr. Tom Davis.
The Hawkeyes and the Seminoles of Florida State set to lock horns for the first time ever. It'll happen in the first round. Willis McJunkin of the Pac-10, Sonny Holmes, who did the majority of his officiating in the Southeast and Southwest Conference, and James Hugger representing the Atlantic 10. Now the Hawkeye in full regalia is here in Los Angeles. Boy, anytime you watch Iowa play, whether it's a postseason football game, postseason basketball they have a tremendous following wherever they go.
Very enthusiastic. There you see the tournament tidbits, if you'd like. Iowa, they're used to the big time. For Florida State, it's a little bit new. Iowa last year thought they were going to get into the Final Four. They lost to UNLV. They come in here averaging 93 points a game. I think we're going to have a nice high-scoring contest.
Tat Hunter to jump center now. It is the Seminoles controlling as Hunter out-jumps Horton to get this game underway. That's McLeod. On the wing it goes to Johnson. Now back out on top. Dawson, first shot of the game. Nothing to it.
Oh, It's nice to hit that first shot. NCAA tournament game, you've been thinking about it all week. You got to be a little nervous, and to put that first one in is a good feeling.
That's Horton.
They give him the shot. That's obvious.
Kent Hill. Down low it goes. Up and over the top it goes to Ed Horton, the junior from Springfield, Illinois.
And here is the famed Iowa press. Will it bother the Seminoles? Not yet.
Theron Mays, he clears it across to Johnson. Now to the wing it goes. McLeod won't fall. Dawson with the rebound. Johnson will set again as the 45-second clock resets. George McLeod, a 6'6" guard. Is that what this game is coming to? Dawson from the corner won't fall. Tied at 2, just underway. B.J. Armstrong to Hill. Now they'll send it to the near side. Horton on top again to Hill. Boy, Iowa, as well as Florida State, they play a quick, up-tempo brand of basketball. Out of bounds it goes. Give the ball to Florida State.
You'll always see Tom Davis's team utilize that bounce pass over and over again, but that time Armstrong was not in the right position, and he couldn't go and get the pass because it was not thrown to him.
Look at this full court press by Iowa. They will do it the entire 40 minutes. George McLeod across the timeline. It goes to Brad Johnson. Now to Mays. Theron Mays. Baseline jumper. Too hard. Still rolling around and falls through the nylon. Florida State now by 2. 18-19 to play here in the first half. Marble starts to go right, goes left, lays it off the glass, and he is fouled on his way. Foul will be, I believe, against George McLeod.
But you got to like the tempo that both teams play. Iowa gets into their offense very quickly. They start moving it around, not afraid to go inside, and then there's the quick move, go up and draw the foul.
Marble, you see, second in the Big Ten in field goal percentage. Oh, what a year he had. Marble, the junior out of Flint, Michigan, hit 74% from the free throw line.
The winner of this game will play the winner of the UNLV Southwest Missouri game, which follows.
McLeod played his high school ball at Mainland High in Daytona Beach.
Man-to-man defense by Iowa.
Little jumper, nothing but air, and a foul is called. It'll go against Florida State, I believe.
We talked earlier about how good these teams are on the boards, and so far, it's too early to tell, but so far you got to like Iowa. They look very strong in rebounding and very good in position, too.
Foul is on Tap Hunter. 17:52 to play. We're tied at 4. This is B.J. Armstrong. He's got the basketball. Sends it across the timeline. Now to Jeff Moe. Moe on the wing. He's two-team. Well, look at the hawking style of defense by Florida State. Armstrong bounce pass on the baseline. Marble off the glass. Won't fall. Rebound. Hawkeyes. That's what they do best. Up and away it goes. And a foul is called. Will the basket go? Yes, it does.
Both teams have quickness, and I like the strength inside so far by Iowa. Look at that, all white jerseys all over there. Didn't really need to dribble, but he did need to get the man off of him, and that he did. I'm not sure about that call and looking at it again underneath.
Hill, 6'6" senior. Shot won't go. Rebound, Iowa. Marble off the glass. It won't go either, and Florida State clears. Boy, as I said at the outset, Lynn Shackelford, these are two basketball teams that absolutely thrive on playing the game above the rim.
Yeah, so far Iowa's winning the battle, but not by much. I think Florida State now needs to see what they can do inside. Try to work it in for a good close shot.
Dawson penetrates the left side, won't go. The tip. We've got a foul call. The tip by Tad Hunter. I don't think it's going to count. The foul was on Roy Marble.
And this is also their game. The shot was taken not too far out, but look, watch Tad Hunter. He's in great position for this offensive rebound. He gets pushed, actually, and just can only make a little tap at the ball, and it looks like a good call. I thought he was pushed earlier by another player.
So Mays will take it out of bounds for Florida State. Seminoles try an inbound, got to hurry, and they just get it in. McLeod sends it down low. Shot from the baseline by Theron Mays. Too much. Rebound. Dawson. He'll go into the paint. Sends it up and over Hill and fills it up. Tied again at a half dozen. 16:54 remaining in the first half. Good bit of handwork by George McLeod. It's off Florida State. They'll give the ball to the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, you got to overplay that pass. But that's why they use the bounce pass, because the bounce pass would have gone there. Tom Davis just loves that.
Jeff Moe is coming out of the ball game, and Bill Jones. We're uncertain just how much we will see from Jones tonight. Jones experiencing tremendously painful back spasms. Ran into a basket support at Michigan State, and there you see B.J. Armstrong, a three-pointer, and Iowa has jumped out to a three-point lead.
This is more like a three-quarters court press. They just kind of back up. I think we've got a technical on Pat Kennedy, the Florida State coach.
Number 14.
Nope.
Bill Jones of Iowa.
It'll be on Bill Jones, who just checked into the ball game. I think it's failure to report. Up.
It may be an equipment problem there. He's got too much jewelry on. Jones, of course, did not start. He just came into the game. That is an unusual call.
Well, you knew they were going to have Brad Johnson take the shot. The 6'6" freshman from Black Mountain, North Carolina, has hit 40 of 45 free throws this year.
Willis McJunkin, the official, just comes over here right in front of us and says, we don't allow jewelry out here. So that's what it was.
Pass to Theron Mays. What a pass and what a move to the basket. Florida State now. Iowa tied at 9. 16:30 remaining in the first half. B.J. Armstrong now to Jones. They'll send it down low. There, Marvel's pass inside. A little give and go won't be allowed.
Yeah, but I detect early here some problems for Florida State. Pat Kennedy, I think, maybe is going to have to regroup on defense here. They are getting the ball, Iowa, very quickly and very effectively in deep.
Here's Horton. Horton tries to penetrate next to the lane, lays it up off the glass, and it falls through.
If they can keep getting shots like that for 40 minutes, they're going to coast home. Florida State's got to tighten it up.
Mays to Johnson. He crosses the timeline. Picked up by B.J. Armstrong out there, and Mays will control. George McLeod, the 6'6" guard. Believe that. Theron Mays to Hunter. Now to Dawson. Florida State looking inside, trying to get the ball down low. That's their bread and butter. Tato back to McLeod. Mays on the weak side. He scoots by B.J. Armstrong, lays it up and in. What a first step he got on Armstrong.
Very impressive move. Florida State can score, no question about that.
Iowa runs pretty much what they call a flex offense, meaning they like to put 3 or 4 guys on the baseline. Armstrong, is he jammed. Tapped Hunter in his face, and now they're going to say Hunter got him with the body.
I'll tell you one thing, though, Armstrong will remember it. He may not go in there again and shoot against Hunter. Hunter got him definitely on the body. Good follow-through on the block. Sent Armstrong, who is a little guy, down to the floor.
6'2", 165-pound junior.
Yeah, that may be generous, too.
Michael Polite, the freshman from Daytona Beach, has checked into the game. He replaces Tat Hunter. Armstrong will shoot 2, has got the first of 2. He's a 86% free throw shooter on the season. How about these numbers, Lynn? 101 free throws in 117 attempts.
Ooh. He is so smooth. He's a kind of player that you really enjoy watching.
Well, he comes out for practice every day. If you want to see B.J. Armstrong practicing in Iowa City, you better get to the gym about an hour and a half before the team's regular practice, and he'll still be around about an hour afterwards. That's Johnson handling the inbounds. Across the line goes McLeod. He'll take it down the left side, cannot shoot it. Now he'll stop, shoots over Reeves, and how in the world do you leave George McLeod free?
No, you can't. Florida State not having any problems scoring. Of course, neither is Iowa.
Armstrong too short there, and Mays with the rebound. 15-11 to play. First half, Florida State by 1. Johnson over Roy Marble. Yes, 3-point range. And Florida State now out to a 4-point lead at 17-13. Armstrong, baseline jumper. Look at the arch on that shot.
And the race is on. It is track season, I guess.
Inbound pass. Marble knocks it back out of bounds, and they're going to get Marble for a foul. That's Roy's second. Clock is stopped. 14:47 here to play in the first half. It has been an outstanding ball game, as we suspected. Both the Seminoles and the Hawkeyes way above the rim here in the early going. We'll be back. The NCAA is conducting research during the tournament, and we'd like your participation. Would you like to see more women's basketball on television? If your answer is yes, dial 900-260-2221. If your answer is no, dial 900-260-2222. 14:47 left here in the first half at Pauley Pavilion in Los Angeles, where the Seminoles of Florida State leading the Hawkeyes of Iowa by 2.
A lot of people say, well, gosh, the full court press isn't working. They haven't made any interception. The press is used for a lot of reasons. One is to dictate the tempo of the game. Iowa, wants to make it a full court game. You can do that by using the full court press. Also, later in the game, sometimes it'll wear down. You'll make 2 or 3 quick turnovers, and that can be the difference in a contest.
McLeod, well, what you're doing if you're Iowa right now is you're forcing Florida State to expend a lot of energy just getting the ball across. Darren Mays, three-point range, and he fills it up.
And they got anybody who cannot shoot. They have got some real picture shooters.
Reeves tries it, not nearly close enough. George McLeod with the rebound, and he's a guard. Down quickly it goes. That's Mays on the wing. Cross court to McLeod. He's going to try it. Off the front of the rim, won't fall. Hill's got it for the Hawkeyes. Down court quickly it goes. Morgan has it knocked away. Can Morgan recover? Yes. And we've got a foul? No. They're saying Mays was on the baseline when he pushed the ball away. So the Hawkeyes will own the basketball.
Good deep pass. He was just a little bit slow. He wasn't quite sure, and he fumbled the ball, and by that time the players were down there. You got to be quick to put it in.
That's B.J. Armstrong. He tries to work against George McLeod. Armstrong at 6'2", McLeod 6'6". That's Jeff Lowe. Now back to Jones. They'll work the ball around the perimeter. There's Jones. His first shot of the evening. It's perfect. Not certain how long we will see Bill Jones play. The senior out of Detroit, as I mentioned, ran into a basket support at Michigan State and has been experiencing back spasms. But I have a feeling now that he's in the ball game,
that's what he says. Yeah,
they're going to let him stay in and get warm.
He says once he gets warmed up, the pain seems to go away. It's when he's not playing is when it bothers him more.
Dawson to inbound for Florida State. Now to McLeod. Hands across the timeline. That's Fitchett. He has just checked in. Jerome Fitchett, the senior from Perry, Florida, wearing number 23. McLeod way out on top. Down low it goes. Jump shot by Fitchett. Boy, oh boy, three-point range. Seminoles have now hit 4.
And you look at them shoot, they all have pretty jump shots. It looks like they can keep doing it.
Bill Jones penetrates, puts it up. Shot blocked. We've got a blocking foul on Dawson. Jones wants to know if the basket's good. He didn't get a look to see whether it went through. It did not.
Good little drive in the middle. Again, Iowa, the contrast here is Iowa is getting the ball in deep, drawing fouls, getting good shots inside. Florida State's doing it from the outside. If they can keep doing it, but I don't know if you can for 40 minutes, the Seminoles will be in good shape. But they really haven't shown any inclination to even go inside yet.
Looking at Pat Kennedy in his second year, and what a magnificent job he did this year. He lost 5 seniors from his squad of a year ago, including 4 starters.
Yeah, he has really set up a fine program there at Florida State, as has Tom Davis at Iowa.
That's Jones.
Well, actually, a lot of people are saying that for Tom Davis, he inherited a great team last year, and this is kind of his rebuilding year, that next year's team should be even better than this year's team.
Yeah, there's a great angle right there you don't ordinarily see with the grid structure of Pauley Pavilion. The top of your screen. Fitchett takes the rebound. Iowa almost recovered, but picking it out on mid-air is the magician Tony Dawson. 12:55 remaining here in the first half. Along with Lynn Shackelford, I'm Phil Stone. Florida State out in front of Iowa by 5. Mays goes baseline. McLeod holding the basketball and ordering. Pitch it now.
Well, it's a zone. Iowa's gone to a zone. I'm not sure with that outside shooting if that's the best defense. We'll just have to see. I would think Florida State would love to play against the zone.
Well, it's the 2-3 zone, and what's real unusual, there you see the shot by McLeod. It won't go. Armstrong off BJ's fingers, out of bounds to Florida State. What's unusual, and it's a point well taken, Lynn, is that in Iowa's last 8 games, their opponents have shot 55% against that 2-3 zone.
Yeah, that's something to be concerned about. Florida State comes out here awfully hot. So I'm not sure that is going to be the defense they use most of the night, but we'll see.
It's Darren Mays on the right wing. He'll take it down low. Pitch it inside to Polite. Polite goes up once, goes up twice. Not enough. Rebound, Iowa. Clearing out is Ed Horton. All 6'8", 230 pounds of him. To B.J. Armstrong. They go to Hill. They'll take it around to the left side. Iowa, a very patient team, but not by nature. They like to make something happen. B.J. Armstrong, three-point range. He's got it.
He's so smooth, you don't think he's shooting that far out. And he's got pretty quick release, which is important for a man his size. They say 6'2", but I don't think he's that tall.
Armstrong has 10 points already, 6 of them from three-point range. Dawson, baseline jumper. Not there. Polite with the rebound. He'll kick it out to McLeod, and now FSU wants to set it up again. Iowa takes the opportunity to jump back into their 2-3 defensive zone. Baseline, pitch it. Looks for Polite, can't find him. Skirting around is Theron Mays. He dishes off. Dawson's turnaround jumper is clean. Dawson now with 6 points. It's FSU by 4 with 11:17 remaining in the first half.
Great spectator game. You have a sore neck watching it. They get up and down the floor so quickly. I'll tell you, you got to be alert on defense. Iowa just comes right back with Armstrong.
Baseline jumper, Jeff Moe. He's got it.
Yeah, Moe's your typical Indiana kid out of Indianapolis. Pure shooter, sets his feet real well, can shoot the jumper from way out all night long.
Iowa, 3 of 4 from three-point range. Baseline, Polite. Crowd wanted a traveling violation, didn't get it. What coming into this year, the Seminoles needed a center and a point guard. They got them both. Polite shot, not enough. Rebound, Iowa off the hands of Kent Hill. You talk about the players that Pat Kennedy found. They needed a center. They found one in Tat Hunter, as you mentioned, Lynn Shackelford, at the top of our telecast. They also needed a point guard, and they converted a pretty fair forward into a point guard in George McLeod.
Yeah, McLeod looks good, and it looks like he can shoot from basically anywhere.
The game number, Theron Mays coming out.
6'6", that's perfect height for a guard today.
Boyd is coming to the ball game for Florida State. McLeod, three-pointer, too much. Fitchett's got the rebound. He'll kick it back out to Boyd. Aubrey Boyd, the freshman from Macon, Georgia. There he goes, all the way to the hoop. And he absolutely demolished Roy Marble. Armstrong back quickly. Iowa to the baseline, and McLeod is going to get cut. Foul is on McLeod. That's his second.
Armstrong comes back at you so quickly that it's almost natural to foul him because you're afraid you're getting back. Watch this drive to the basket. He just went by, up, around everybody on the Iowa team. But then Iowa just comes right back at the other end, and all of a sudden Armstrong's shooting some free throws because they're in the bonus. Iowa has only 2 team fouls.
Okay, 1-1.
Armstrong, you look at his free throw shooting percentage, 86%. This is a team that absolutely lit it up during the Big Ten season from the free throw line, hitting 72%.
That's impressive. Of course, a lot of that has to do with Armstrong. He shoots a lot of them and shoots them well. Gets that elbow right out in front of him. I love his form at the line.
Derek Mitchell, the junior from Raines High School in Jacksonville, Florida, is coming to the ball game.
One shot. Good job, fellas.
Armstrong to shoot the second half of the 1-and-1. Iowa down by 2, a chance to cut that margin to 1. Boy, they have shot brilliantly from three-point range. It's a 1-point game. Michael Morgan, 6'4" senior from Louisiana. coming in to give Roy Marble a breather. And again, there's that full court blocking pressure defense by Iowa. Morgan and Jones, two team in the basketball. Out it comes. Going across the timeline, Mitchell. Boyd to pitch it. Whoa. He's going to be caught for up and down, or double dribble will go the other way. Now you see Pat Kennedy come flying off his bench, pointing two palms to the floor, saying, settle down.
Yeah, he was anxious to shoot it, and then when he went up for the shot, he realized the defensive guy was going to block it, and he got rid of it, but too late.
Turnaround jumper, Horton, not there. Rebound, pitch it. Ball's on the floor. He's two team. Kicks it out. It's Boyd. Now to Mitchell. Derek Mitchell across the timeline. Boy, Iowa again forcing the turnover. They had Horton coming up with it. He either took a ball or a finger in the eye. Pac-10 official Willis McJunkin sees it instantly, stops play. And we'll have a timeout on the court while the medical staff of Iowa looks over the right eye of Ed Horton. Timeout on the court. It's FSU by 1. State Seminole fan, you've got to love what they have done from the field. They have outshot the Hawkeyes by 9 field goals. Boy, you look at the edge, Lynn Shackelford, it's hard to believe, but the Seminoles have put it up 21 times, canning 11. Look at the Hawkeyes, only 8 of 12.
You know, one of the things is Florida State shooting from the outside, and a lot of those missed shots are long rebounds, and they're getting their own rebounds and putting it up again. I think that's one reason why they've had more shots.
Seminoles with a 10-7 rebound edge. Hill tried the lightning quick lob pass to Marble, wouldn't go. Now they've got a 3-on-1. FSU slows it down. Wisely moving back out is Dawson. Now to Mitchell. Derek Mitchell, the junior from Jacksonville, on the right wing to Aubrey Boyd. They go down low. Fitchett has a notion, elects not to. To the near side, Polite. Mitchell tries to penetrate, can't do it. Fitchett shot won't go. Tries to get his own rebound. And it'll be out of bounds to Iowa. Wholesale changes now for Iowa State. Brad Johnson coming in. McLeod and Theron Mays also checking back into the ball game. Fitchett, Boyd, and Mitchell will all take a seat.
Fitchett knew he was going to come out of there. That's why he took that shot. Players always look for that. At least I used to.
Kent Hill bounce pass inside. Jones tries to go to the basket, lays it up off the glass. Not enough. Marble's got the rebound. He'll try it again. This one will go. Iowa with the lead at 28-27, 8:40 remaining first half. McLeod across the timeline, 1-on-2. Theron Mays.
Setting up again in their zone, Iowa. They've been playing that the last few minutes.
There's Mays. Back after McLeod. Now they'll try the left wing. It's Polite. They'll send it down low. Mays. He'll walk out, send it up from three-point range. He had the shot from about 17. Preferred to take it from 22.
This is a quick Florida State team. I'm not sure Iowa's used to this coming out of the Big Ten, having a team that matches them in quickness.
Only team that might come close to that I could think of would be Illinois. Jones down the baseline it goes. Roy Marble now back out on top. Look at the Hawkeyes move the ball around the perimeter.
Yeah, it's a zone defense now by Florida State. They're just kind of using a cutter offense, Iowa.
That's Marble. Boy, does he go crashing into a whole bunch of folks. And I think they're going to get Marble for charging.
Well, unlike the officials, we're going to get a chance to look at it one more time. He jumped in and came down right on the defensive player. They said the defensive player had his position established before he went airborne. Ooh, there's a tough break for Iowa. Marble has 3 personals.
Look at this. Here's a track meet there, and Mays has got it. Shot is knocked away, and there'll be no goaltending call, yes. Ooh, the trailing official out at the midcourt line. Willis McJunkin saw it.
Yeah, he was by far the farthest official away. Although I will say this, the guy out top, it's basically his call. I'm talking about the official. Now, just because it's pinned, that doesn't mean it's goaltending. Was it on its downward flight? And you look at it again, that was fairly close. It was a tough one to call, especially from half court.
Florida State by 4, 32-28, 7:23 remaining. B.J. Armstrong, three-point range, not there. Morgan tries to pick it off, can't do it. McLeod does, keeps it in play. Johnson's got it. Now back to McLeod. Here come the Seminoles. They're running. Get a foul out on the perimeter by the Hawkeyes of Iowa. It'll be against Kent Hill, his first, the senior. 6'6", 235 pounds. Oh, there is Dr. Tom Davis. Last year's AP Coach of the Year, and deservedly so. Came up in a game of the Final Four a year ago.
Great try there.
Reed
Almost,
saved it.
yeah, almost saved and intercepted, but not quite, just saved.
Theron Mays from the near side. McLeod, they'll go baseline. Iowa playing that 2-3 zone. Back to the baseline it goes. Johnson wants to take it in, can't do it. McLeod, three-point range, yes.
These guys are shooting these three-pointers like they're 10-footers.
Florida State 6 of 10. There's a three-pointer for Iowa. What's going on here?
They must have been watching Loyola Marymount yesterday on TV. That's all I can think of.
Iowa now 4 of 6 from three-point range. McLeod with the outlet pass there, and Mays is running. Into the paint he goes to Tad Hunter. Off the glass, shot won't go. And it'll be out of bounds to Florida State. Iowa got a break, and then the rebound, Karam bounced right off of somebody's hands. Out of bounds to the Seminoles.
A lot of substitutions so far, and understandably so. Fast-paced game. The coaches want their troops fresh at the end. And it's warm in here in Pauley Pavilion, too.
That's Dawson. Look at that release. Easy, too, for the Seminoles. They now lead by 6. 6:14 remaining in the first half. Jones to Reeves. That's Jeff Lowe. They'll come near side. Jones bounce pass down low. Morgan's got it inside. It goes. Turnaround jumper by Horton. Yeah.
Set up by a nice little bowling pass, if you will.
Tad Hunter, and he'll throw it away. And that's what that press will do for you.
It finally wears you into some tension-filled passes.
Let's go Hawks is the chant here at Pauley Pavilion. 5:42 remaining in the first half. Iowa trailing by 4. No bounce pass inside. And we're going to get a traveling violation whistle against Ed Horton, the senior, the junior from Springfield, Illinois. That's Mays. One-on-one. He'll dribble right through the lane and bring it out again. McLeod will own the basketball. Boy, look at McLeod, stands 6'6", terrific ball handler, penetrates, creates shots, and lets it fly from three-point range as well.
Amazing shooting by Florida State. Can they keep that up for 40 minutes? If they can, well, look out.
McLeod has 9 points, all 9 from three-point range. That's Tad Hunter. He kicks it out quickly. McLeod, down low it goes, past the Mays, off the glass, not there. Dawson with the rebound. He is grabbed from behind by Jones. Florida State running at will against the Hawkeyes.
Oh, they are quick coming down the court. Great outlet passes.
Number 14, Bill Jones.
It's fun for the players, it's fun for the spectators, and it's, I think, good basketball.
Iowa, the 5th seed in the West. Florida State, the number 12 seed. And right now it is the Seminoles by 6 with 5:03 remaining. Boy, Iowa, 5th in the NCAA in scoring, averaging 93.5 points a game. Dawson gets the first of 2. 10th in the NCAA in field goal percentage. Iowa on the year hit nearly 53% from the field. Dawson second. Yeah.
Wow, look at that, Florida State by 8. And I think Iowa's a much different team without B.J. Armstrong. He was on the bench there, and they looked a little lost.
Jeff Moe, he's got it. And this ball game has turned into a war of three-point range shots. Iowa 5 of 8 from the three-point land. FSU 6 of 10. Seminoles with the basketball. That's McLeod. He's telling Theron Mays to get over there on the right wing where you belong. Mays has got it. Quickly has it taken away by Mo. 2-on-1 Morgan. To BJ. He'll lay it off the glass, and the Iowa Hawkeyes are now to within 3 at 41-38. McLeod's got the inbound pass. Florida State, this is their first NCAA tournament appearance since 1980. This is the year UCLA lost that thriller to Louisville. I remember that game, don't you, Lynn?
Yeah, sure do. This is a good part of the game because this is when conditioning tells. Right at the end of the first half, in a running game like this, the team that's in shape is going to get a good little lead maybe at halftime.
Jones with the Atlas pass to B.J. Armstrong, 3-on-3. Armstrong will pull up, can't fire. Now he will. And he goes. And his toes on the three-point line, so it is only worth 2, but FSU up by 10 a moment ago, now leads by 1. Florida State trouble here with 3:32 to play in the first half. There's the situation, 3:32 to play in the first half. Florida State led by 8, 2.5 minutes ago. They now lead by 1. The Iowa Hawkeyes have to be awfully pleased with what they have seen, primarily from B.J. Armstrong. Armstrong with 16 points. Now, we've only played 16.5 minutes of the first half. Armstrong on the year averaging 17. Take a look at the three-point field goals in this one.
No wonder they're not shy to use it. I think if you can shoot 45%, you should be doing it. Pat Hunter, who we talked about at the beginning, an effective man inside for Florida State, has not been effective in this game.
He has been shut out both in points and in rebounds. That's one reason he's sitting down.
Yeah, this is an outside shooter's game right now, not really his style.
Hunter also with 3 personal fouls, 3:18 remaining. Boyd tries to go down the right side of the lane, can't do it. Now kicks it out to McLeod. McLeod on the left wing. That's Brad Johnson back to Dawson. Dawson wants to penetrate, moves around. Horton lays it up off the glass. Rebound, Iowa Hawkeyes. Hawkeyes with a chance to take a lead. That's BJ. Pass down low. Ball's on the court. Hall comes up with it. And now whistles sound all over the place. 3 seconds on Iowa. They'll give the basketball to Florida State. That's McLeod. Picked up by Mo, double teamed by Armstrong. Now to Johnson. Brad Johnson wants to come to the near side. Boyd kicks it out to Johnson again. Now they'll take it into the paint. Dawson moves around. Horton lays it up off the backboard and in.
Tony
Dawson now with 12. That's Armstrong against Boyd. Gets Boyd in the air, and Boyd slaps him on the wrist. It'll be Armstrong to the line for 2.
Yeah, Armstrong's saying, I think I can get 20 here by halftime. He didn't hesitate to take it down and put it up. Going to his left, he handles the ball so well. Look, he never looks at the ball. He can dribble so well with his left hand, penetrates in there, knows he's going to fake the man in the air, and then gets hit on the arm.
Boy, to think, that man at the line right there is only a junior. Played his high school ball at Brother Rice High in Detroit, Michigan. Look at that free throw percentage, 86%. At a career high 521 regular season points for him. Off the front of the rim, and it climbs over.
That's a touch.
Hawkeyes, they now trail Florida State by 1. 2:27 to go in the first half. Brad Johnson, freshman from Black Mountain, North Carolina, delivers it cross court. Picking it off is Iowa. Down the lane goes Jones, off the board and in. And Iowa has come roaring back from an 8-point deficit. They lead by 1. 2:11 to go. Boyd, Aubrey Boyd. With Dawson, he'll cross the timeline, kick it back out to Boyd. McLeod wants the basketball, and he's got it. McLeod, all Metro Conference, all tournament team. Boyd almost has it taken away by Armstrong. He lays it in low. Spinning and turning goes Dawson. And a foul on the way.
Now Florida State kind of reversing their strategy here. Now they're looking inside. He had the shot, but no, he said, I'm going to go inside. So apparently the instructions are, let's work it in here the rest of this first half.
Morgan checks out of the ball game. Michael Moore, the senior from Houghton, Louisiana, and Jeff Moe has gone in.
Right here, Hort.
Boy, Lynn, you cannot underestimate what the presence of a talent like B.J. Armstrong not only means to your perimeter game, but what it does for your inside game as well.
I'll say somebody gets open, he knows how to dish it off to him. If he will keep dishing it off, it sure makes the players work to get open too.
One shot.
He is not the kind of player you'd want to guard.
Tied at 44s with 1:45 remaining in the first half. That's Armstrong with the basketball. He's picked up in the backcourt. Right there in Mays. Bounce pass inside. Jones has got it. Wants to turn. Does it with a jump hook and steps it in. Hawks now by 2. Johnson back to Mays. Boy, last night watching Florida State work out, they worked out for a full hour and a half and specifically worked against the full court press. That's Dawson. Lumbers right into Ed Horton. Basket goes. No foul at all. Horton gets up shaking his head at an official. Tied at 46. A minute 9, a minute 8. Johnson.
Ooh, Moe really got Johnson really belted Moe apparently right after that shot. Moe ended up on the Florida State bench. Moe's a tough kid though. He's going to bounce up and go shoot those free throws.
Well, Jeff Moe today, he's played in more games than any other Hawkeye in history. 129th game this evening. Tell you what, for the second year in a row, he's Dick Vitale's 6th man of the year.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't look like he doesn't really set up at the middle of the lane there to shoot his free throws. He sets up over on the right side.
That's Johnson. To Michael Polite across the timeline. It goes to George McLeod. Now it's there in Mays. 50 seconds remaining in the first half. Iowa by 1. Inside it goes. Trying to turn his Polite. He can't do it. Ball's being fought for. Still being fought for. Armstrong and Polite. And Armstrong got his head pinned under Michael Polite. And B.J.
Yeah, he got his neck twisted there.
Started to rub his right ear, but if you listen to Bill Cosby years ago, one of his first albums, never rub it where it hurts when you're a major athlete.
Well,
don't touch it.
That's what Armstrong's doing right now. He's going to shake it off. And when you're his size, you probably couldn't ever show the fact that you're a little guy, so he's learned to be tough. This must be the defensive unit here for Florida State. Iowa's going to have the ball with 44 seconds. They'll probably take one shot, although the way these two teams are going here in the first half, we might have 3 or 4 times up and down the court.
That's B.J. Works off the pick nicely, goes baseline, now puts it up, and he is fouled on the way.
I like that. They could care less about that last shot. Let's just play.
Foul is on number 11, Derek Mitchell, junior from Jacksonville. B.J. Armstrong will go to the line again. So far, he is 6 of 6 from the free throw line. I think the Seminoles have learned.
Yeah, and the way he shoots them, it looks like he could make them all night long. Like I said earlier, he gets that shooting part elbow, his right elbow, right out there in front of him, so nicely, bent at about 90 degrees.
Well, he's second team all Big Ten. I'm going to tell you the caliber of guard play in the Big Ten Conference. And again, the fact that B.J. Armstrong hits 86% from the free throw line, Lynn, shouldn't be a surprise to anyone who follows Hawkeye basketball every day, whether the team practices or not. B.J. shoots 200 free throws.
That's great. I hate to see it. Some of these kids today, they're such talented athletes, and yet when they get to the free throw line, it's like they don't want to be there and they don't like it. There's no reason not to shoot free throws in the offseason and become a good free throw shooter. It's not that hard of a shot.
Armstrong will get a rest, and a well-deserved rest. Michael Morgan, the senior from Louisiana, has gone in. Armstrong will sit down with 20 first-half points. Seminoles trying to work out of that full court pressure. Brad Johnson crosses the timeline. He's boxed there. Now gets it out of trouble. 24 seconds remaining in the first half. It's Iowa by 3. Seminoles content to play for the last shot, I think. There goes Polite to the baseline. His shot is blocked and whistle sound. Offensive foul. Oh, Pat Kennedy is livid.
Well, this is one I'd like to see again. So with Pat Kennedy, I think. Great move. Jumping in there. You know what? I think that was an offensive foul. I think the first Iowa man had established position before he went airborne. 12 seconds to go. Iowa won't have any trouble getting up a shot. That's a lot of time.
McLeod comes out of the ball game. David White and Derek Mitchell are back in. Iowa now at 25 first-half substitutions. That's Armstrong. He penetrates. Bounce pass down low. 5 seconds left and a foul down alongside the lane.
Yeah, I like that. Tom Davis got Armstrong back in there for the offense for the last 12 seconds, and Armstrong makes a great little pass. They'll get a couple free throws out of it.
Boy, Tom Davis, 4 NCAA appearances, a trio of NIT bids.
Tom Davis, he's thinking, this little guy Armstrong makes me look like an awfully good coach.
Hill, he's got the first of 2. I'll tell you what, free throw wise, Iowa had 639 successful free throws on the year to their opponents 322. Lynn, that's a differential of 11 points a game just from the free throw line.
No wonder Pat Kennedy's upset. The same thing's happening here tonight.
Hill's got them both. 5 seconds left. Iowa with their biggest lead of the evening. They're on top by 5. Mitchell's got the basketball. 2-1 half-court shot. Will go over the backboard and out of bounds. The buzzer sounds, and what a comeback for the Hawkeyes. Down by 8 at the midway point. They have come back to take a lead. We'll be back after this message and the word from your local station. This is an NCAA halftime here at Pauley Pavilion in Los Angeles. The Iowa Hawkeyes, they trailed by 8 with about 10 minutes to go in the first half. They came roaring back through the eyes of B.J. Armstrong. What a job he did. 20 points in the first half. Iowa leading Florida State 51-46. Dawson with 15. Theron Mays with 14. McLeod, Johnson, Fitchett, and Boyd rounding out the scoring for Florida State. While for the Iowa Hawkeyes, it has been all B.J. Armstrong. He has 20. He has bombed in 3 from three-point range. Jones, Moe, Horton, Roy, Marble, and Hill rounding out the Hawkeyes scoring. Incredible front line. They play so well above the basket, but in the first half, only 19 of their 46 points came from their front line. Johnson handles the inbounds. They'll bring it across the timeline. Underway from Pauley Pavilion with Lynn Shackelford. I'm Phil Stone. This has been a good one.
Yeah, the first half was one of the best halves of basketball I've seen all year long.
Well, both teams favor the up-tempo, very quick offensive style. That's Theron Mays. Now to Johnson on the wing. They send it inside. Dawson off the glass shot. Won't go. Tip will. And the tip belongs to Tad Hunter. His first 2 points of this basketball game. He averages 9.5. 3-point shot for Iowa. Shot won't go. Rebound Hawkeyes. Marble's got it. Shot is partially blocked on the way up by Hunter, and it still falls.
Had that not dropped, I think we very possibly would have had a goaltending call.
That's McLeod.
As in many games where there's a real fast-paced first half, I'm wondering if the second half will be as fast. The players come out here a little more slowly. Good interior passing.
Well, Tad Hunter laid it nicely into the arms of George McLeod, the 6'6" point guard. What was he doing into the basket? Shot is blocked and on the way. Marble gets fouled. Tell you what, it's going to send Iowa to the line again.
Yeah, I was just going to say, these Iowa players are very good at drawing the fouls. That's why they go to the free throw line. It's not the officiating. There you saw the foul right there. They go around their man, and then the Florida State players foul them.
Well, Iowa made 317 more foul shots this year than did their opponents. Now, that's a remarkable statistic. Marble's got the first of 2. Iowa now 15 of 18 from the free throw line. Make it 16 of 19. Florida State 4 of 5. They break the Iowa press. That's Theron Mays. He'll go baseline into the paint. Goes Dawson. He'll put it up from a couple of feet out. Rattles the front of the iron and gets the bounce.
I know the offense is good. I don't know how good the defense is. It's almost as if you score so we can get it again because we want to score. The Florida State going inside now and getting some pretty easy shots. Oh, Armstrong showing that he can score inside too. A lot of nerve in that young man. 6'2", going inside and scoring.
That's McLeod. 17:50 remaining in the ball game. Iowa by 5. Baseline jumper, Brad Johnson, not enough. Horton's got the rebound out quickly. Here comes Iowa. B.J. Armstrong. He'll slow it down. Now wants to penetrate baseline and is fouled on the way there. Well, a win tonight would possibly put the Iowa Hawkeyes up against the running Rebs of UNLV. And I'll bet you Tom Davis would agree that he's got a little score to settle with Jerry Tarkanian from last year.
Yeah, in the NCAA tournament last year, they had that huge lead against the running Rebels. 16 points.
Yes. 3-point range. It goes. B.J. Armstrong has 25 points. His career high is 30. He got it this year against Wisconsin. Iowa now by 8. They trailed by 8 in the first half. Dawson goes down low, puts it off the glass, and scores. Yeah. That's what the Seminoles have got to do. And they're doing that a lot. Marble backed off there, by the way, and maybe because he's got 3 personal fouls. Armstrong's shot won't go. Marble tries to come down with it, picked off by the Seminoles. McLeod's out and running. Look at this guy. He's 6'6". Mays, 3-point range, air ball. Ball partially blocked by Jeff Moe. He said it was blocked, and the official is going to buy it. Yeah, he is. Moe's screaming, no way. Mays says, that's right. I'm not that bad of a shooter, and the official says, you're right. I saw you in the first half. Well, you be the judge. Reeves coming back into the ball game. Michael Reeves, the senior from Milledgeville, Georgia. And Moe will take a seat. McLeod spins on Armstrong, puts it up, rattles the iron, won't fall. Tough shot. McLeod gets his own rebound, follows it, and it's good. When you go to that one little spot about 4 or 5 feet in front of the free throw line, you can get so many little loose rebounds, and that's where McLeod was there. Marble leans in, shot won't fall. There's the follow, and it is good by Kent Hill. Hill now with 6. McLeod near side. That's Dawson. He scores. Oh, I like the way Florida State's playing right now. They're getting those good little shots inside. Holy cow, and Iowa just comes right back with a fine shot of their own. Both teams red hot in the first half from the field, and they are keeping it up here in the second half. Iowa has got the basketball once more. Armstrong will take a breather. Coming into the ball game is Jeff Moe again. Derek Mitchell coming in for Florida State for Theron Mays.
Number 20, Jeff Moe, number 25, Ed Horton.
There's a foul on McLeod. That's going to send. That'll send Roy Marble to the free throw line.
Number 21, George McLeod.
McLeod, that's 4.
Ooh, that's a big call right there then. McLeod should not have been doing that. They're going to have to get him out of there in a hurry.
Into the game for the Seminoles, number 22, Theron May.
Well, in the second half, Iowa State 6 of 9 from the field. Iowa 6 of 9. Florida State 5 of 7. Roy Marble to the line to shoot 2. 15:47 to play. Iowa leading by 6. Brad Johnson checks out of the ball game. Moving in is Jerome Fitchett, the senior from Perry, Florida. Oh, you see Marble visualizing that shot from the free throw line.
When you see a team like Florida State, they come in averaging 83 points a game. That is very good. But there's going to be more points scored in this game. And I think that's conducive to Iowa, who averages 93 a game. They know how to play. They know how to substitute, keep players out of foul trouble. And I'll tell you, that is really going to hurt the Seminoles having McLeod on the bench with 4.
Jerome Fitchett. Well, McLeod's the ball handler. He's the guy that can move against that Iowa press.
Yeah, I'm just going to say they could affect the team on the press, and it did.
Into the game, number 24, Michael Morgan.
Somebody for Florida State's going to have to take over control in the backcourt, getting it into the front court. And the turnover total, which is not good right now for Florida State, could get even worse.
Don't hold it. Don't hold it. Yeah, catch.
Michael Reeves, we've got a whistle underneath. It'll go against Florida State.
Well, Mo is one of these guys who does a lot of pushing and shoving. Real hard-nosed Midwest kid. And so it was, I think, an example of the other player pushing Mo back, but the official saw the second push.
Now, the one thing Iowa felt they had to do is deny the ball inside and force Florida State to shoot from the perimeter. Boy, they have just done about that. Inbound to Hill. Hill takes it in. His ball away. Jumper off the glass. What a shot by Kent Hill. He has a... Iowa now their biggest lead of the ball game. Florida State led by 8 in the first half. Iowa now leads by 10.
Yeah, but with that three-point shot, they can come back in a hurry. Iowa knows it.
Down low it goes. There's the reverse layup. Boston, and it's good. Tony Dawson, junior college All-American at Gulf Coast.
Tom Davis is over there for Iowa, just shaking his head. No. I think his reaction is the same as mine. These kids have got some basketball ability. That is a brilliant move.
Marble and Armstrong are coming back in. Marble with 3 fouls. Only guy in foul trouble is McLeod. George McLeod of Florida State, and he's not in foul trouble right now because he's on the bench. Dawson gets it to go, and that'll stop the clock with 14:59 remaining in this ball game. And it's Iowa with a 7-point lead. We'll return in Los Angeles. Here at Pauley Pavilion in Los Angeles, that's the situation. The 5th seed in the West, Iowa, out in front of the number 12 seed. Florida State 68-61. 13:53 remaining in the ball game. Mo down to the right side. It goes to Bill Jones. Now they go baseline. They'll bring it out on top. Iowa now, I believe, I can see a little time run off that clock.
Yeah, a little zone defense here by Florida State, so Iowa's moving it around.
That's Jones. He moves into the hoop, lays it up off the glass and scores. Jones now with 9, his first bucket of the second half. Boy, Jones, one of those players that was really pressed into service when Al Lorenzen went out with back surgery. He had to play, and there's the man who's come alive, Bill Jones. He has done a brilliant job as a power forward for Tom Davis.
And you can see where he's really tough on the press, and another turnover for Florida State. They need a timeout. They're in trouble. First of all, they put McLeod back into the game with 14 minutes to go, and he's got 4 fouls, so that's kind of a sign of desperation there.
Timeout on the court with the score. Iowa 72. The Seminoles.
Bill Jones, the senior out of Detroit for Iowa, means so much. Look at this interception he makes, and then he just takes it all the way in. This will be followed by yet another turnover by Florida State, and that's why they had to call timeout. They need to regroup. Dr. Tom Davis loves the way things are going right now, and there you see the steals in the Big Ten and why Jones is so effective. He makes a couple a game. So does Armstrong also.
block down low and a foul on Jerome Fitchett.
That's what we talked about earlier, the full court press. Oh, it doesn't look like it's doing that much. But all of a sudden, somewhere, very often in the second half, you get a couple turnovers, and now, boom, Iowa draws the foul. They're at the free throw line. They got a chance to just kind of pull away against Florida State. And as a result, it is a result of the full court press.
Marble 6 of 6 from the foul line. That one not even close. He knew it as soon as he let it fly. Iowa now 18 of 22 from the line.
That's an event when they miss a free throw.
Florida State has only been to the free throw line 6 times the entire game. What a disparity. McLeod with 4 personal fouls is into the ball game. He has the basketball. Now Mays. He moves in on the right wing. McLeod calling for the set. Now back to Mays. 3-point range over Moe. Shot will not go. Dawson, no, he can't get it. Down court it goes to Moe. Oh, he's all alone. Iowa now by 14 with 13:40 remaining in the second half.
Plenty of time left. Florida State's just got to remain calm.
McLeod wants the basketball. He's the guy I want firing from 3-point range.
Yeah, don't go away. They got too many good 3-point shooters. They can get back in it in a hurry.
McLeod's first 2 shots were from 3-point range, and he canned them. He misses that one. Now Mays with the rebound. McLeod wants the basketball again. They go baseline instead. Dawson in. His shot trickles up over the iron. Won't fall. Horton's got it, and Iowa Hawkeyes are out running. Moe down the left side. He pulls up. Almost has it taken away. Whistle sound. Bo lets it fly. The foul will go against Florida State, and I believe it's against Theron Mays.
Well, Iowa now is running. They're getting the ball down in a hurry. Moe just couldn't quite get a handle on the ball. And there was a foul down there. Not a bad foul because Moe was going to have an open shot, and maybe somebody else was going to have a layup, so it was smart play to make.
Florida State, they led by 8 early in the ball game. They're down now by 14. We'll return to Los Angeles. Welcome back to Pauley Pavilion along with Lynn Shackelford. I'm Phil Stone. 13:02 to play, and it's Florida State trailing the Hawkeyes of Iowa 75-61. Well, there's a man who looks awfully relaxed in his crimson sweater, Lute Olson, who earlier today watched his Wildcats rout Cornell.
Nice halftime gesture. He went on with his old friends from Iowa, the radio halftime show. And Jerry Tarkanian looking very relaxed now, but I guarantee you when that second game begins, he won't look relaxed.
The Runnin' Rebs taking on Southwest Missouri here immediately following this ball game, and the winner of that game later tonight will take on either Iowa or Florida State Sunday. That's Marble. Now across to Jones. They'll go to the right side. Iowa wants to win some time off that clock. Marble to Reeves. Now Jones baseline goes past Dawson. The tip is good by Hill.
That Hill seems to always be near a missed shot, doesn't he?
Mays. Now McLeod. Iowa has dropped back into that zone.
It's funny, they lived by that outside shot in the first half, and they act like they don't want to take it at all now, Florida State. There's
Brad
one.
Johnson, 3-point range.
There you
He's
go.
got it.
Yeah, that's what they need to do.
Johnson came to Florida State on a football scholarship, and Coach Bobby Bowden excused him from spring football. Says as long as the Seminole basketball team can go, you're excused.
Shoot it again.
Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, shoot it again when you get it. He will, I think.
Now Florida State trying to play that full court press.
Yeah, forget it with B.J. Armstrong, I think.
3-point try, won't go. And now we have a foul, I believe,
Should
on
be on
Iowa.
Yeah, should be on Jones.
Now, Tom Davis knows that he's up, but he's not upset.
There's a lot of of time left in this game. If Florida State starts hitting those three-pointers again. Yeah, Jones tried to sneak in there and was pushing away.
Aubrey Boyd has the basketball for Florida State. He's the freshman from Macon. McLeod, he turns, puts a move on Armstrong. Now they two-team him. Down low it goes. What a pass from McLeod, and Boyd misses a shot. Dawson gets it back. Aubrey Boyd wants it. Dawson's going to take it to the iron himself. This one will fall.
He said you had your chance. I'll take it myself.
Florida State now with an 8-0 run. They're down now by 8. Kent Hill. Now to Morgan. Bounce pass down low. Jones has it out on top. Iowa again wants to move it around the perimeter. Armstrong penetrates, dishes off, and a foul is called. It'll be against Brad Johnson.
You just had the feeling, because they needed a hoop and they needed something Armstrong was going to create, and he did. He just went right by his man.
Again, Iowa substituting freely. You know, Florida State, Lynn, overall this year, 19-10, but 5 of those 10 losses came by a total of just 10 points. That's how close that Metro Conference was this year.
Yeah, 19-10 doesn't mean an unimpressive record in my book, because Pat Kennedy's got to go through that Metro Conference.
You bet.
You're going to chalk up a few losses, basically, whoever you are.
Armstrong lets it sail. He's got it. He has 26 points now in the ball game. Only 6, though, so far here in the second half.
One shot.
Armstrong, he's got it. Make it 27. Florida State again trying to break that Hawkeye press. That's McLeod. He's the guy that Kennedy wants to hold on to the basketball. Dawson back out to George.
He's hot, Johnson.
They'll take it down low. Dawson spins, puts it up off the glass too much. The tip won't go. Jeff Moe with the rebound, and it is off Moe's hand.
There are just no problems at all for Florida State scoring. It seems like they can hurt you inside and outside. But sometimes the way you get back into a game is to stop the other team.
3-point range. Oh, he fills it up. George McLeod. He's got 15.
Now they got to find a way to stop Iowa. They're going to get back in it.
Hawkeyes now by 7. They led by 18 4 minutes ago. Horton to Hill. Boy, Pat Kennedy up cheering on his Seminoles. Baseline. Backing in is Horton, and he has got it. Boy, Kennedy madder than a hornet now.
Well, he knows that he's got to stop the other team to get back into it, and you just can't give up layups. I can hear Kennedy from here. Don't let your man go baseline.
McLeod's going to try again. Oh, there's the follow. The tip won't go. This time Moe comes out running. Jeff Moe across the 10-second line. He tries to go down the left side of the lane. Can't do it. Cut off by Aubrey Boyd. They'll try the right side. Reeves from three-point country won't go. Horton gets the rebound. He'll lay it up off the glass and scores. Iowa now by 11 with 9:18 remaining.
Well, once again, it's the inside game of Iowa that's just killing Florida State.
That's Johnson. Brad Johnson now with 12. Moe, three-point country.
The official says he was on the line or inside the line. Only 2.
Yep, they're saying his tips of his sneakers were on the line. Be out of bounds to Florida State. 8:49 to play. Florida State, let's take you back to 1972 in a game I know Lynn Shackelford will remember. They lost to UCLA in the finals of the NCAA tournament right here in Los Angeles. In fact, that was the 6th straight title for John Wooden's Bruins. A fellow by the name of Bill Walton. You might have heard of him. Henry Bibby, Jamal Wilkes. Of course, for Florida State, Hugh Durham, the head coach. In close, it's Tony Dawson.
It's amazing. Iowa almost like lets them score so they can come back and score on their own.
Dawson now with 28 points. That's Jones to Moe. They'll try the left side. Outside to Jeff Moe. He goes by Johnson, puts a shot up. Shot won't go, and a foul is on Johnson.
Foul on number 14, Brad Johnson.
Iowa basically able to penetrate, get the ball inside, do what they want. This time it's Jeff Moe on the drive, hanging in the air. I think, yeah, that was a shot.
2 shots, gentlemen.
Looked like he started to think about passing it.
2 shots.
You're looking right there at the career leader in Iowa history in three-point efficiency. 123 three-point field goals coming into this ballgame.
Yeah, he's a shooter. And the guy that's going to handle the ball here at the end of the game is going to be B.J. Armstrong. And Tom Davis has been wisely resting him up. So he'll be very fresh here at the end. And they'll need it because Florida State will probably start to press a little more.
Iowa 23 of 27 from the free throw line. That's Boyd. Johnson inside, spinning Polite, gets Horton in the air, and they're going to call a foul on Horton. He can't believe it. Ed Horton of Springfield, Illinois. Boy, he had a couple of outstanding games against the Wolverines of Michigan. 38 points and 23 boards. Morgan coming out of the ball game now. Horton is also going to the bench. Marble is checked back in. Kent Hill has gone in.
I think that substituting is going to pay off for Iowa here. They're going to have a lot of fresh players towards the end.
This is Michael Polite, the 6'7" freshman from Daytona Beach. He made the All-Metro Conference freshman team this year. He's got the first of 2. Good free throw shooter for a freshman, 71%. Polite's first point of this basketball game. Boy, Iowa has played, for the most part, error-free basketball. Only 4 turnovers, while Florida State has coughed it up 11 times. That's B.J. Armstrong. He has 27 points in this contest. His high, 30 against Wisconsin. Hill, bounce pass inside, taken away. That's Dawson running, 1-on-2. He'll slow things up. Kicks it outside. Bounce pass inside again. It's Dawson to the hoop. Shot won't go, but the tip does. A tip by Aubrey Boyd. 4 points now for Boyd. It's 87-80. Just when the Seminoles seem as if there's no more pulse, they come back.
Playing a man-to-man defense now, Florida State.
Marble's got it down low. Wants to turn on Johnson. Does so. Kicks it back outside. Moe will take it from three-point line. Look at this. Oh, the jam won't go. Kent Hill with the rebound is Marble. His shot will go, and a foul on Florida State. Kennedy is beside himself.
Well, there is some great boxing out by Iowa. Watch it away from the ball here, the boxing out. This is the missed dunk. Okay, now they get it again. Now watch Hill. Hill box out. Jones underneath boxes out, and that makes it easy for the man in the ball. He just goes right into the hoop uncontested.
Well, I know that's one aspect of the game that the Wizards stressed throughout his years right here in this building.
Sure. Yeah, look at Iowa. They're not a tall team by today's standards. They don't come at you at 6'11", 6'10", or anything like that, but they are a great rebounding team because they are on an outstanding position as a rule.
That's George McLeod. He's playing with 4 fouls. 7:09 remaining. Iowa by 10. Johnson takes a dribble, sends it back outside to Boyd. Boyd goes cross court to McLeod. He lets it fly over Moe. Oh, what a touch. McLeod now with 18.
Armstrong would like to get to the free throw line. He'd like to draw that foul. Boyd is all over Armstrong, and the official says you can't do that. And that'll be the wrong guy as far as Florida State's concerned going to the free throw line.
Armstrong is, to use a worn-out cliche, has done it all tonight. 27 points.
Ooh. Has not missed at the free throw line in 10 tries.
Mo's going to take a rest. Michael Reeves, a senior from Georgia, is coming back in. So Armstrong towing the line. Well, these Iowa players, all of them who have gone to the line tonight, look as if they're visualizing what it is they want to accomplish.
Oh, he's human.
Jones keeps it in play. Out to Armstrong. It's a 7-point ball game. Iowa leads at 6:30 to play. Armstrong goes into the paint and then comes right back out. Pass to the baseline. Jones. And it'll go off Florida State. Iowa will retain possession. Armstrong working against Boyd. Goes baseline. Now spins back to the center of the court. Gets Boyd up in the air. The shot won't go. Boy, B.J. Armstrong is a magician with that basketball.
Yeah, I suspect he wants to get back to the free throw line, too, because he's really mad he missed one. And he wants to, like a fall off a horse, you want to get back on it again quickly, and that's what he wants to do. He's just trying to draw the foul there. It's like he can basically do it anytime he likes.
You believe the Iowa Hawkeyes tied for 3rd in the Big Ten with this team? That ought to tell you something about that Big Ten conference.
Yeah, they are shooting well and running well against a very good running team tonight in Florida State. But what also has impressed me is Iowa's rebounding. These are two very good rebounding teams, and Iowa's kind of prevailed. Armstrong in a career slump here. He's missed 2 in a row.
Well, that's true. That's true. He's hitting on the year 86%. He's now 10 of 12 from that line.
And he better shoot 300 tomorrow.
He's got it. Jeff Moe has come into the ball game. Armstrong cuts a beeline for the seats on the far side as he's taking a rest. Brad Johnson going out for Florida State. Derek Mitchell, the junior from Jacksonville, Florida, has gone in. Mays, they break that Iowa press. Kicking the basketball as Marr will give the ball back to the Seminoles. You know, you talk about Iowa. Here's a team that a year ago came within 1 game of the Final Four. They lost 3 pretty good names off that team. Gary Wright, Brad Loas, and Kevin Gamble. And again, they're right back in this NCAA tournament. That's Florida State with the rebound. It won't go. Again, the Seminoles come up with it. Mitchell goes up. His shot's too much. Rebound, Jones, and it goes off of Jones. Florida State has the basketball.
Tom David just keeps running him in and out of the game for the Hawkeyes. Bill Jones, who, as we have indicated, with a bad back, is not 100%, but has played a lot tonight and played pretty well. Comes out.
How many substitutions would you say Iowa has made today, Lynn, if you didn't know? There's 3-point country. Ball.
Got to be probably 30.
49.
Is that right?
49 substitutions. You get the feeling that maybe back in Iowa they'll install a revolving door instead of a bench.
Well, Tom Davis keeps him busy on the bench. Here comes B.J. Armstrong. He takes these little 2-minute rests and gets right back in there.
You don't suppose Tom Davis is paid by the substitution, do you?
He may have it in his contract. Right?
Oh, he's a brilliant coach, certainly, as is Pat Kennedy at Florida State. Tony Dawson with the basketball. Now they'll come to the near side. 3-point range. Foul shot falls. Well, the follow did. Tat Hunter with the follow. 6-point lead now for Iowa. They led by 16 here in the second half.
Ooh, Florida State almost got the alternate ball possession. They would not have gotten the ball, but that's what they need are some turnovers.
Foul on number 24, Tony Dawson.
Dawson with 4 fouls. Theron Mays and George McLeod all with 4 fouls.
So that will be a factor as we come down to the wire or look ahead to overtime. The winner of this game will play the winner of the next game between UNLV and Southwest Missouri State.
Horton's got the first. Now, this has been the story of this ball game. The Hawkeyes at the free throw line. They have made 20 of 25. Correction, 25 of 30. Florida State, 7 of 8. Hunter with the rebound. The release pass to Theron Mays. They cross the timeline. Now Derek Mitchell. 6'3" juniors picked up by B.J. Armstrong. Mays on the wing to Hunter. That's Dawson. He lets it sail and fills it up. Tell you what, you don't leave Tony Dawson uncontested unless you want to give up 2 points. He's got 30 in this game.
Dawson was pretty casual. He couldn't believe he was left wide open. But again, it comes down to, will Iowa turn the ball over, or can Florida State stop Iowa? They've been unable to so far tonight.
Out of bounds to Iowa. Well, McLeod with 30, pardon me, Dawson with 30 points tonight. He has been tremendous. Shot won't fall. Follow won't. Still being tipped around. Iowa comes down with it. Still being tipped around, and Hunter clears. And we've got a foul on Horton. Ed Horton. He picks up his fourth, the first Hawkeye to reach foul number 4.
Very interesting. We're not in the bonus, but this is going to be a big ball possession right here for Florida State. Very good position for Iowa. Florida State having to tap the ball, and then the Iowa players looked like they were fighting among themselves, and that freed it up, and Hunter finally grabbed onto it.
McLeod, Florida State's running down to Theron Mays, 2-on-1. Hunter breaking right side. Mays puts it up and scores.
Okay, now we got a game.
Florida State is the within T at 92-89, and an offensive foul on B.J. Armstrong. The Seminoles have the basketball.
Armstrong in disbelief, can't believe it. But that's what Florida State needed, was a nice little turnover like that. Be interesting to see how Iowa reacts to this.
Iowa led by 16 here in the second half. They now lead by 3. Mays to McLeod. That's Derek Mitchell. Holding foul on Jeff Moe. And that will put Florida State to the line with a 1-1. 4:08 remaining in the ball game.
Tom Davis, understandably, a little bit disturbed and nervous.
Yeah, Florida State fans are cheering, and for good reason. With the timeout, there's Seminoles now by only 3. Questionably the game of the day in the West Regionals here at Pauley. Iowa leading Florida State 92-89 after once leading here in the second half by 16.
Florida State with some brilliant shooting is now outscored in the last 3 minutes the Hawkeyes by a margin of 12-3. They needed a little help, and they got it. A little bit of, I think, indecision on a part of Iowa a couple times. 1 or 2 turnovers, and now Florida State shooting a 1-1 and very much in this game. You don't come this far against the level of competition they have. They aren't going to cave in when they went down in double figures. I figured they might come back a little bit.
Shot won't go. A big rebound by Iowa.
But now Iowa's really pressed. Now they have to score. Let's see when they have to score if they can.
We've got a pushing off foul by Iowa. And protesting vehemently is Roy Marble. He now has picked up his 4th foul. Horton and Marble for the Hawkeyes with 4. For the Seminoles, Dawson, Mays, and George McLeod with 4. Marble still protesting.
Because he didn't like it.
Nope.
But you got to make those free throws now.
Here's Mays. He's a 74% free throw shooter. He's got it. On the year, Mays hit 65 of 88. Florida State now 8 of 10. Mays on the evening, 17 points. His career high came against Memphis State this year when he hit 31. He led the Metro Conference in three-point efficiency. Second shot, tipped out. Florida State has got it, and they can tie this ball game up. 3:49 to play. Mays out to McLeod. Out of the near side, it's Mitchell. The chant FSU. That's Polite on top to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to penetrate. Iowa still in that 2-3 zone where they have been all night long.
Yeah, they're looking inside, but I don't think it's going to be open inside. I think they're going to have to settle for the outside shot, and that may not be all bad.
Mitchell, there's the shot. Mays doesn't take it. Mitchell might. Gets Moe in the air. McLeod moves to his left. He fires. Won't go. Tip won't go. Rebound Iowa. Hill puts it on the court, spins out, throws up the basketball, and he may be traveling.
Yeah.
He is traveling.
Iowa's starting to show a little heat here, not taking the pressure well. Oh, he bumped into his own man, lost his balance. He tried to go to the dribble, but it was too late.
Michael Reeves will check in for Iowa. Jeff Moe will check out. Also flying up off the bench is Ed Horton, the 6'8 junior from Springfield, Illinois, and he's going to spell Bill Jones. Handling the inbounds will be George McLeod. 3:12 left. Iowa by 2. Way out on top it goes to Mitchell. He's picked up by Armstrong. Now back to McLeod on the wing.
Bill, you know, it's funny, we were talking about this last night. I said when you play an NCAA tournament game, it's sudden death.
We're tied. Nope, that's a three-pointer. FSU's got a lead.
And we were talking about the pressure of a game like this in the NCAA tournament. I said at the end of the game, when it's close and you've got to win, that's when it really gets to be pressure-packed. And Iowa's starting to panic a little bit. They needed that by Armstrong badly.
BJ now with 30 points. He has matched his career high. Iowa by 1. We're inside 2:30, 2:29 and counting. Inside it goes. Dawson's got it, and we've got it out of bounds to Florida State. I'll tell you what, you go back to late December, it appeared as if Florida State was going to crash and burn. Then they beat Pittsburgh and then won their next 6, and the Seminoles were off and running. Mays works to his right, stops, doesn't take the shot. That's McLeod. He penetrates, lets the shot go.
Yeah, good call. McLeod was out of control. That's going to be 5 for him. I did not like that move. I don't think he wanted to try the outside shot. And I got the feeling the players wanted him to take the shot. It was a call that perhaps could have gone either way, but McLeod was out of control on the play. That's the bottom line.
Now the brilliant junior from Mainland High School in Daytona Beach, Florida, has fouled out. All Metro Conference, all tournament. He leaves the ball game with 21 points. And what a show he put on. This is one of those ball games, Lynn, and it's been said so many times, but both of these teams deserve to advance the way we have seen both Iowa and Florida State exhibit their wares tonight.
Yeah, they both played good games.
Johnson has come into the ball game. 2:13 to play. Iowa with the basketball and a 1-point lead. It's Armstrong. He goes baseline, puts it up in a high arching shot. Won't go. Picked up by Iowa. Up in the air is Ed Horton. He's got the shot to go. And a foul on Florida State.
Good rebounding. We said Iowa was a great rebounding team. They prove it right here. Great position. Gets his balance back, goes up. Easy play to call, I think.
Foul is on Dawson. Tony Dawson, the junior from Kinston, North Carolina, picks up his 5th, and he sits down with 30 points. new career high for Tony Dawson. He had 28 this year against Florida International, but I have a hunch Iowa may be a tad bit better than Florida International. Michael Polite has come in for Dawson. A very, very disappointed Tony Dawson. Well, he and McLeod accounted for 51 of Florida State's 93 points. This is Horton. He's got one, and he completes the three-point play. Iowa now by 4 with 2:03 to play. Remember, Florida State has shot well from three-point range. 11 of 22 tonight. Boy, they're not shy about putting it up from there. That's Hunter. Too much. Rebound. Iowa's got it. Marble.
No,
the BJ.
That wasn't the shot they wanted by the right man. Don't foul Armstrong.
That's Hill. Boy, it seems strange seeing a 6'6", 235-pound player handling a basketball at midcourt. Now BJ. He spins on Mitchell, wants to go baseline. Pushes Mitchell out of the way. No whistle. Now the Hawkeyes will bring it out. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 1:12 on the game clock. BJ again goes baseline against Mitchell. And the foul is on Mitchell.
That's just what Iowa wanted. Run off some clock. Get Armstrong at the free throw line. He's so quick. He had his man beat baseline. Very easy play to call. The man got him with the body twice. Had to be called.
Clock stops with 1:08 to play. It's Iowa 97, Florida State 93. Now you look at Pat Kennedy there on the left. In his second year at Florida State, after losing 5 seniors, 4 of which were starters, he has done a remarkable job. There's the free throw discrepancy. How about that? Look at that. Iowa 26 of 32.
He made 10 of 10, Armstrong did, but he's missed 2 of his last 3.
He's got it. He's got 31 points. That is a new career high for Armstrong. You look at George McLeod, who fouled out a few moments ago. But he'll be back. He is only a junior. 1:08 to play.
These teams ought to schedule each other in a conference game next year.
Good point.
It'd be a lot of fun to watch again.
Armstrong. Now 12 of 14 from the line. 28 of 34 for Iowa. Mays' shot won't go. Rebound still being fought for. Hill controls. Iowa is out running. Now BJ will slow it down. We're inside a minute. It's Iowa by 6.
Yeah, they needed to foul before the ball got to Armstrong.
Derek Mitchell trying to establish position, but B.J. Armstrong is just too quick.
Yeah, he's a wonderful player to have at this stretch in the game. As soon as they missed, whoever got the ball for Iowa, they should have fouled him. Certainly it would be as good or better than having Armstrong at the line.
Now the Hawkeyes, 9 of the last 10 years, they have been in this NCAA tournament. They made appearances in 55 when they finished 4th. In 56, they went the farthest. They finished 2nd to a San Francisco team in the finals that won 83-71. And you remember who the big gun was for San Francisco? A guy by the name of Russell.
William Felton Russell.
You betcha. Armstrong now with 33. What Tom Davis, since he has been at Iowa, a 79% winning percentage. And that is tops in Iowa's record books. In fact, he recorded, I believe, his 50th win, second fastest of any Iowa coach. Florida State. Somebody's got to launch one from three-point range. Mitchell takes it inside the stripe. He'll put it up. Shot is short. Marble's got the basketball, and somebody slaps him. It's Mitchell. Derek Mitchell. Clock stops with 35 ticks to play. Iowa with a 7-point lead.
Florida State, who was so good offensively, all of a sudden now cannot buy a basket. It's like I think there's some indecision. Should we be shooting the three-point shot? And if we're not, when the guy goes up and shoots the two-pointer, I think he's thinking, gosh, maybe I should be shooting the three-pointer.
Now Tony Dawson, who fouled out a few moments ago. Marble's shot won't go. Mays has got the rebound. 1-on-2. Got Mitchell breaking the right side. He pulls up, fires from three-point range. Not close. Rebound, Florida State. That one will go. 24 seconds to play. Iowa 100. Florida State 95. The 14th time this year that the Hawkeyes have reached the century mark.
Now, if they can just convince Armstrong to miss the first of this 1-and-1 and come down and shoot a three-pointer and make it, they got a chance. There's another close game going on in the East to Georgetown and LSU. 5 minutes to go in that one.
Boy, what an up and down year it has been for Dale Brown at LSU. Dale Mays will sit down now with his 5th foul. Mays, McLeod, and Dawson, all 3 have fouled out for Florida State. Iowa in this basketball games, hear this, you Hawkeye fans, 57 substitutions.
Armstrong's helping him by missing.
Mitchell's got it, 17, 16. Boyd cannot hold on, off his fingertips and out of bounds. And that may well be Pat Kennedy's last gasp. Foul on Aubrey Boyd with 13 seconds to play.
20, Aubrey Boyd.
Well, it appears at this point, Lynn, as if Tom Davis's Hawkeyes will move on and possibly force a rematch of the heartbreaker a year ago against UNLV. Las Vegas still tonight will play Southwest Missouri State immediately following this one.
Disappointed Pat Kennedy in his second year. He's going to be knocked out here in the opening game to Iowa. Iowa's, I would call it, holding on to this victory. Armstrong gets his touch back at the line.
I want to take an opportunity to thank NCAA Basketball Committee Representative Cedric Dempsey, Tournament Manager Mark Dowling, and Tournament Media Coordinator Mark Dellins of right here at UCLA. Armstrong lets it fly. He's got it. Mitchell's got the basketball. Iowa now by 7. Boyd from three-point country. He fills it up. And that 7-point lead is now reduced to 4. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Horton's got it, and again a foul. And that stops the clock with 2 ticks to play. Also want to thank from Iowa Athletic Director Bump Elliott, head basketball coach Tom Davis and his staff, and sports information director George Wine. While from Florida State, Athletic Director C.W. Hootie Ingram, head basketball coach Pat Kennedy, what a nice man, and his staff, and sports information director Wayne Hogan. We thank all of you gentlemen for a job well done. It is not easy preparing, Lynn, as you well know, for 2 basketball games in one day, but I'll tell you what, Florida State and Iowa made it as easy as it possibly could be.
Yeah, this was a pleasure. This was a wonderful first-round matchup. If you're a fan, if you're the losing team, it's an awful first-round matchup because you played a very good team and you come up on the short end.
Now, Florida State, they will lose only Jerome Fitchett. They are a young team. And I'll tell you what, remember the Seminoles of Florida State and Pat Kennedy. They will be heard from in the 1988-89 season. Horton's at the line. Shot won't go. 2 seconds. And that's going to just about do it. 3-point range. Johnson lets it sail. Shot won't go. Wouldn't have been enough anyway. Kennedy and Tom Davis shake hands. And the Hawkeyes of Iowa, they led by 16 early in the second half. Florida State came back to take a lead late in the second half, but Iowa staged a rally to win it by 4.
It's the 50th NCAA Basketball Championship.